She was called the People's Princess, a royal figure who redefined what it meant to be part of the monarchy. But behind the dazzling tiaras and glamorous public life, Princess Diana's journey was filled with loneliness, struggle, and ultimately triumph in leaving a legacy of compassion and humanity that still inspires the world today. Welcome to Famous Legends, where we uncover the real stories behind the world's most iconic people. Today, we're exploring the extraordinary life of Diana, Princess of Wales, a woman whose grace, empathy, and courage made her one of the most beloved figures of the 20th century. Diana Frances Spencer was born on July 1, 1961 in Sandringham, England, to a family with noble roots. Despite her aristocratic background, Diana's childhood was far from idyllic. Her parents' divorce, when she was just 8 years old, left deep scars, shaping her lifelong sensitivity to children and families in distress. Known for her shy nature and kind heart, Diana grew up loving music, dancing, and caring for others. Before entering royal life, she worked as a nanny and a preschool assistant in London. At just 20 years old, Diana married Prince Charles in a wedding watched by more than 750 million people worldwide. To the public, it looked like a fairy tale come true. But behind palace doors, Diana's reality was very different. She faced immense pressure, public scrutiny, and a marriage strained by infidelity. In interviews, she spoke openly about her struggles with bulimia, depression, and feelings of isolation. Beyond her royal duties, Princess Diana's greatest role, and perhaps her proudest, was being a mother. Unlike many royals before her, Diana broke centuries of tradition by raising her children in a hands-on, relatable way. She insisted on being present in William and Harry's lives, from school drop-offs to bedtime stories. When most royals kept a certain distance, Diana chose warmth. She hugged her sons in public, held their hands, and even knelt down to speak to them at eye level, something rarely seen in the monarchy at that time. Diana also wanted her children to experience life outside the palace walls. She took them to theme parks, visited McDonald's with them, and made sure they saw the world beyond luxury. She once said, "I want my boys to have an understanding of people's emotions, their insecurities, people's distress, and their hopes and dreams." To the public, Diana's devotion as a mother made her relatable and beloved. But her compassion didn't stop with William and Harry. It soon extended far beyond the palace walls, shaping her role on the global stage. While Diana's personal life was difficult, her public role transformed her into a global symbol of compassion. She broke royal tradition by showing vulnerability and genuine warmth. She was often seen hugging children, holding hands with the sick, and engaging directly with people rather than keeping her distance. One defining moment came in 1987, when Diana shook hands with an AIDS patient without gloves. A simple gesture that shattered the stigma surrounding HIV and AIDS at a time of widespread fear and ignorance. That act of courage and empathy not only changed public perception, but also showed the world that kindness could be more powerful than fear. From there, Diana's humanitarian work expanded globally. She campaigned tirelessly for people living with leprosy, visited homeless shelters, and regularly spent time in hospitals comforting the sick and dying. Unlike many royals who limited themselves to ceremonial duties, Diana stayed for hours, listening, holding hands, and making sure people felt truly seen. Perhaps her most iconic humanitarian effort came in 1997, just months before her death, when she walked through a recently cleared minefield in Angola to raise awareness about landmines. That bold move brought worldwide attention to the issue and played a major role in pushing forward the Ottawa Treaty to ban landmines later that year. Through these actions, Diana redefined what it meant to be royal. She proved that leadership wasn't about titles or authority, it was about empathy, presence, and using your platform to create real change. On August 31, 1997, the world was shaken by the news that Princess Diana had died in a tragic car accident in Paris. She was just 36 years old. The suddenness of her passing and the circumstances surrounding it sparked shock, grief, and anger across the globe. In the days that followed, millions of people gathered outside Kensington Palace, Buckingham Palace, and other royal residences. Mountains of flowers, cards, and tributes lined the streets, creating an unprecedented outpouring of public grief. For many, it felt like they had lost a family member, not just a public figure. Her funeral on September 6, 1997, was watched by an estimated 2.5 billion people worldwide, making it one of the most viewed television events in history. The image of her young sons, Princes William and Harry, walking behind her coffin, touched hearts around the world and remains one of the most poignant moments in modern history. Elton John's reworked version of Candle in the Wind, performed at her funeral, became a global anthem of mourning, with proceeds donated to Diana's charities. It went on to become the best-selling single of all time. Diana's death also sparked broader conversations about the role of the paparazzi, mental health, and even the monarchy itself. Many argued that her tragic end highlighted the human cost of fame and relentless public scrutiny. Even in death, Diana's influence continued. Her legacy lived on through her charitable foundations and, most visibly, through the work of her sons, who have carried forward her commitment to humanitarian causes. From a shy young girl to one of the most beloved figures in modern history, Princess Diana's journey reminds us that true greatness comes not from crowns or titles, but from compassion, courage, and the ability to touch hearts. Her death was a moment of global grief, but her life was, and continues to be, a lesson in empathy. Diana showed us that even in the face of personal struggle, one person's kindness can change the way the world sees issues like illness, poverty, and human dignity. Her legacy lives on in her sons, Princes William and Harry, in the charities she championed, and in the countless lives she touched. Decades later, people still speak her name with love. Not because she was a princess, but because she was human. And that's why Diana, Princess of Wales, will forever be remembered not just as royalty, but as a legend of compassion. Whose story should we tell next? Let us know in the comments. And if Diana's inspiring journey moved you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more powerful biographies here on Famous Legends. Because fame fades, but true legends live forever.